DJ, would you like to kind of summarize what we talked about in the last five episodes, just really briefly,
Yeah.
and then before we go
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
dinner
So
today?
we're really trying to instill the basic principles and practices of basic investment. Last week we talked about equity, appreciation, and leverage. I wanted to just reiterate on the leverage aspect. Leverage is so important and in the best investment domain. And since property is a real asset, you can use it as collateral, meaning you can almost essentially buy, $1 million, asset with almost no money, using somebody else's money, using the bank's money. Okay, that's called leverage. It's kind of like one of the oldest tricks in the book to get yourself into, if you will, high finance business investments. So leverage has been around forever. And the interesting thing with real estate here is when you buy your property, you can leverage on the front end. Okay, you put your little down payment in there, and then the bank, basically finances the rest of it. And then on the back end, once you had the property for 10 years, 20 years, whatever, you got this huge equity in your property, and you can leverage again. Now you can do cash out or home equity lines of credit and get the money out of your home without spending anything. And MC's an expert on that. She can certainly coach you or talk you through that. So this is kind of like a double leverage that we get going here, so that's the beauty of leverage. Okay, you can't do that really in any other investment. So real estate is really sweet in that respect, using somebody else's money to buy your asset. And then once you own the asset, all the equity and appreciation is yours. Okay, it's not the bank's. Maybe you're using their money to buy it and they're getting interest, but hopefully your property is appreciating faster than the interest that you're paying. Okay. All right, Susie Homemaker. Looks like we got MC playing around with the backgrounds. Okay, Susie Homemaker. Nice kitchen. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, you want to pull up the slides real quick? You go to slide
Okay.
18, if you will.
Okay, let me pull the slide up so let you
I
no more
gotta
playing.
It's okay. You can play with it. Yeah. Oh, if you didn't notice, yeah, this is the beautiful background I'm using from the TET from the Lunar New Year party that we
Yeah.
had at Pacificwide last week. That was great, great community event. And this was the main background. We were using this banner here for pictures and photos and stuff. So I thought I'd steal it and put it as my background today.
That's really awesome.
Stay
Okay.
in the theme and the spirit of Lunar New Year and Tet. So
Hold on. I'm trying to put the slide up. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Sure, where is it? I'm looking for the slide. Show
okay.
window. Come on, see. Okay, so right here. Okay, sharing.
All righty. Great. Yeah, if you want to go into full screen
Yeah,
with
here you go.
the PowerPoint here.
You good? You see it?
Yeah. So here we go. This was kind of that little cartoon I was talking about up in the upper right hand side, highly leverage. The goal is to put zero down and let somebody else finance 100%. Okay, that's really hard to do, but there are first-time home buyer programs out there that will actually allow you to put zero down and you finance 100%. Okay, so that's absolutely amazing because not only does your down payment appreciate, but also the large loan that you get from the bank appreciates. So you're the one who owns the appreciation. You're the one who gets the appreciation, not the bank. So you're highly leveraging your property and you're using your property as collateral. Okay, so once again, as I said, that's one of the oldest tricks in the book as far as investment goes and investing into real estate. Today, I wanted to talk about something that will also help you appreciate your property very quickly and also get some major cash flow going. Okay. And on the next slide, we're going to talk about these accessory dwelling units. Okay. If you could switch slides, please, MC.
Sure, of course.
So, um, I'm not sure. You want to go to the next slide and we'll come back to this one. Yeah, I'm not sure if you picked up my slides or not, got the right ones. You want to go down a little bit? Let me see what's all here. Okay.
Is this
Okay.
the one
Yeah.
you
So
sent me?
yeah,
This
let's
is the
go up.
one.
So let's go back up. Let's talk about the text first. Let's stop here before we go up to the next one. Anyways, so California has become very generous in allowing property owners to build and expand their square footage, build backyard homes, convert their garages, anything, potentially converting any livable space inside your structure. We call these accessory dwelling units, okay? And California is getting very generous to help solve the housing crisis we have, allowing people, they're facilitating it. They're encouraging this, okay, to allow people to expand their square footage and build ADUs, right? So they're being very generous. Single family homes now are allowed like one new attached or detached ADU up to 800 square feet, plus the conversion of any existing dwelling space within the footprint of the house up to 800 square feet. Plus, they allow one junior ADU, which is kind of more considered like share housing, up to 500 square feet, right? So potentially you can add up to 3 more units in 2,100 square feet of new living space. Okay. You take that 2,100 square feet of living space and you multiply that, the rents out here are $3 a square foot, and you're well over $6,000 in monthly income and cash flow. So there's a strong motivation for that, as well as pretty much any dollar you put into, improving your home or your property, you're going to get $2 back. Okay. It's almost guaranteed. The caveat here with the single family homes is if you look at this one junior ADU, they actually make you do a deed restriction saying that you cannot sell that one junior ADU separately, and your property is going to be owner occupied. Okay, so that's the only caveat with the one junior ADU. So if you don't want to be owner occupied and you don't have a deed restriction, then just stick with the one new attached or detached ADU up to 800 square feet, and then do a conversion of existing space like, master suite, basement, attic, large porch area, convert existing space. If you don't want to do the junior ADU and do the deed restriction and the owner occupancy requirements, right? So now, multifamily homes. Single family homes are allowed one new attached or detached. Multifamily homes are allowed 2 new attached or detached ADUs up to 800 square feet each. So that's 1,600 square feet right there. Plus, you can do one conversion of existing space up to 800 square feet, which could just be an existing carport. You can take an existing, 3, 4, 5 car carport and convert that into an ADU. Okay. Multifamily homes, no junior ADUs are allowed because they don't expect landlords to be owner occupied. And junior ADUs kind of are shared housing. They're kind of more of an efficiency type of unit. So that doesn't really fit into the multifamily standalone independent living units. So here, the state of California will allow multifamilies to have 3 units up at the total of 2,400 square feet of new living space, following the California state guidelines. Again, 2,400 square feet times $3 a square foot is well over $7,000 per month. Monthly cash flow, that gets you up into $85,000, $86,000 a year. Okay. That's pretty significant cash flow. So you understand the motivation here. Not only are you getting cash flow, but you're also increasing the value of your property by developing these units and providing more square footage and more living space and more units, more rental units, more doors, right? And there's also something that California now has promoted called this SB 9, Senate Bill 9, allows single family residences to subdivide their lots as long as you stay within the 60-40, split criteria, and you can put a duplex on each. So basically you could take your lot and end up with a fourplex, a duplex, subdivide your lot, put a duplex on each, and end up with a fourplex and 2 separate lots. And you can sell them separately too. I mean, so again, this is just amazing, strong motivation. Okay.
Can I ask you a question, DJ?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So for the Senate Bill number 9, it's so for example, I have a single family home, right? And then my lot right now is 10,000 square feet. So I would divide it up into two slots, and one slot is 6,000 square feet, the other one is 4,000 square feet.
Correct. And right.
And
And that's
now
the
I
that's the minimum split. They shoot for a 50-50 split. They would like to see, 5,000 square feet and 5,000 square
That's
feet,
okay too.
50-50.
Okay, so we can do that. Okay, let's assume I have 6,000 on one side and
Yep.
4,000 on the other side.
That's still acceptable. Yes, that's
So
the requirement.
so my on my 6,000 lot, I still have my main home. Can I create a duplex on that side and then another duplex on the other side? So now I
Yes,
have a
exactly.
single family home and two duplex.
Yes, that's exactly it. So on one lot, the 6,000 square foot, if you have room for an 800 square foot ADU, you could build it detached, or you could build it attached to the house. You would call that, or you could find a large area within the house and convert that living space and call that, large front unit, a duplex. And then you could build a completely brand new duplex in the back, 2 units, upstairs, downstairs, side by side, completely separate, detached. It doesn't really matter how they're connected. So the answer is yes. So this is a
So
major, major windfall for anybody who has like a really big lot, 10,000 square feet, a deep lot, a corner lot, frontage on both sides, an alley, a street in the front, alley in the back. SB9 is perfect for that.
so another question is SB SB9 is for single family home, owner occupied.
Correct.
So
Single
for
family
example,
homes, no, they don't have to be owner occupied. Yeah, actually, no, I take that back. Yes, SB9 requires owner occupancy for 3 years.
okay, but I can still live in it after I put two duplex on it, right?
Yes, yes, you can live in it and you're supposed to live on it for 3 years. And I think after that, they relax that requirement. After 3 years, I think you can move on and rent out both duplexes or all 4 units. So basically you're creating a fourplex and you can subdivide the lot if you want and sell each one separately as well. So I mean, it's just a major windfall for investors. So, if
Uh,
you're a keen investor, I'd be looking for those types of properties to develop out, max out.
Another question for you. So now I just put one duplex on the 4,000 square feet lot, and then my lot of 6,000, I also able to put another duplex for my home that I'm living in. I can I put an attached ADU into it? So
Yes,
my main home, the home that's already there. Now
yes, yes.
can I put an attached? Okay, I can still
Yes, yes.
attach.
So that's a perfect segue. You want to go up one slide because let me show you a graphic that'll make it much more clear. No, that's down. Go up. There you go. So here's 6 examples of single family homes, ADUs, and the different types of ADUs and how to max out, the development of your property and give you creative solutions, if you will. Look for opportunities on your property. So the case you were talking about, let's say the upper left, detached. Let's say the blue house is your big main home, and definitely you can build a detached ADU on the large lot and have 2 separate units, and that would be considered a duplex. Or you could build a detached ADU to the existing main home, and that would be considered a duplex. Okay. Or you could look for an opportunity within the footprint of the main home, i.e., let's say you have a big upstairs, big master suite upstairs, and you can build stairs to go up there, and that could be a separate unit. Or let's say you got a big basement, or you got, a living space above the garage, or you just want to flat out convert your garage. So these give you lots of opportunities, okay, to add that second unit to the large lot and call it a duplex. Get a separate address, everything. If you want, you can even get separate utilities, but it's not necessary for the duplex. But if you're going to split your lot, you probably want to have separate utilities if you split your lot. So each lot has their own utilities. Separate homes probably don't need separate sewer and water lines and and gas lines. I mean, yeah.
Let
So
me ask you this question, DJ. So
sure.
for I still have two now. I split my 10,000 lot into two lot. So 4,000 lot I put in a duplex, and my 6,000 I have my main home is already there. Now I put over here the first picture showing that I put another unit, a detached ADU. So the 6,000 lot now also have two units, but I don't want just two unit. I want three units. So I put a duplex on this 6,000 lot. So now I have three units on one lot. Is that correct?
Yeah, if you put you can still do 3 units on one lot if you don't want to do the SB9 and you just want to use the ADU guidelines, but you can't mix them. So you can't do an SB9 split where you have a fourplex and have a duplex on each lot and then say, oh, by the way, I want to use the ADU guidelines now. So they don't allow you that to overbuild, because essentially then you could have 3 units on each lot after you subdivide it.
So I can only do, so if I use SB9, I should only have two units on each lot.
Correct.
And then I can sell the 4,000 lots separately because it have its own parcel number and everything.
Correct.
How about my 6,000 lot? Now I only have, I still live in my main home, but I also put in another detached ADU. I can sell this detached ADU separately. Is that correct?
Yes, San Jose allows you to sell ADU separately as a condo.
Okay, another question. Instead of doing it, so on my 6,000 lot, instead of doing a detached, I do an attached ADU. In this case, can I sell the attached ADU separately?
Yes, if it's an ADU and it's approved by the city, they will allow you to sell it separately as a condo
Okay.
after you set up an HOA, homeowners association, and figure out how you're going to split the utilities and stuff like that.
So go into the third picture in here. So in my 6,000 lot, I have a main home, my garage, and then I build a attached the ADU on top of my main home, like the third picture. Can I
Right.
sell it separately, the attached the ADU in this case?
Well, according to San Jose, they claim that SB9, I think, what is it, Assembly Bill 1033 or something, allows you to sell your ADUs now separately as condos. And it doesn't, if you will, it doesn't distinguish or discriminate against whether it's detached or attached or a conversion, a unit. Anything that's an ADU, they'll classify it as a condo and that you can sell it separately, even if it's attached to the main home, detached or attached.
Okay, another question for you. Like go to the picture in the at the bottom all the way to the garage conversion.
Yeah.
So when we convert a garage into an ADU, that one cannot be an attached ADU. It's gonna be called junior ADU. Is that correct?
No, I mean, if you do let's say a full blown, conversion of it, you don't have to call it a junior ADU. Remember, a junior ADU is kind of a special category. It's kind of like shared housing. Maybe you're sharing the bathroom or something else in the house. It's not completely separate, standalone, independent living unit. So I believe if you take a garage and make it a completely separate, standalone living unit, okay, you can call that an ADU. You can call it a conversion ADU, not a junior ADU. Okay. And also junior ADUs only go up to 500 square feet. That's like 2.5 car garage. Once you're past 2.5 car garage up to 3, you can't do a junior ADU anyways. Anything over 500, it would be considered an ADU.
Ah, so in this case, I take down my garage and I create an attached ADU, uh, and then I can sell it separately as well.
Yes.
Awesome. So I kind of go over all the scenario here just in case somebody have the same question.
Right.
Uh, yeah, that's okay. So if you have question, if you are listening to this conversation between me and TJ, or if you listening to TJ lecture, And if you have any question, you're welcome to write your question on the chat. Okay, DJ. So I'm just asking to make it clearer for myself and for the audience. So you can go ahead, continue.
Okay, so now you can go down in the slides. Let me show you some examples of this. Let's go to a multifamily example. So there you go, stop there. So interestingly enough, I've worked with the city of Sunnyvale twice now on multifamily properties, and they go even beyond what the state allows. The city of Sunnyvale claims that if you have a multifamily property, you can build as many detached ADUs as you have existing units. So here's an example of an existing triplex, and the city will allow you to add up to 3 detached ADUs, turning your triplex property into a sixplex. Okay. So, I mean, this is just fantastic. You can almost double your square feet. So let's say you do 3 ADUs at 800 square foot each, you're adding 2,400 square feet. Okay. And in the Bay Area, you're getting to like $3 a square foot. So that's like over $7,000 a month just in your rent and your cash flow. So that's like $86,000 a year in rent. Okay. This is new construction. So let's say material and labor is about $300 per square foot. Plus your plans and permits. Let's say you're up to the, 750,000, let's say 750,000 to build this, right? So if you take your 750,000 and divide it by your rent per year, it takes like 8 years, 8.5 years to break even. Okay. But what also it doesn't show here is if you pay $750K to build 3 units, you're paying $250,000, $250,000 for each one of those units to build it. And you could easily sell each one of those for twice that amount, for 500. So this is kind of where I tell you almost every dollar you put into your property for improvements, especially for ADUs, expanding your square footage, you're going to get $2 back. Okay. So in this example here, you could build these 3 units at the tune of $740,000 would be your total cost. And if you just looked at a break even, it would take you 8.5 years to get that money back. Okay. But what it doesn't account for is once you build those units, they're not worth $300 a square foot anymore. They went up to $500 or $600 a square foot. That's the cost of selling, multifamily units out here. So immediately you double your money. And then not only that, over the course of while you're waiting to break evens 10 years later, this whole thing has appreciated and you've gotten huge equity. Okay. So this is a really great example. Pretty much doubling your square footage and doubling your number of doors, going from 3 units to 6 units. Okay.
So let me ask you a question to make it clear.
Strong motivation here. If you're a young investor and you really want to max out the utilization of your property, these are the things you need to be taking a really close look at. Okay. Sorry, MC, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So right now, you showing the lot inside the yellow line.
Correct. The lot is the property line.
Yeah, and then there are 2 existing property. The one in the front is a 1 unit, 3 bedroom, 1 bath with the square feet of 1,077 square
Correct.
feet for
Correct.
the living
Right.
space.
Single story. Right.
Single
story.
And the one right next to it is the 2 units. And this is 2 separate building, right? 2 separate
Well,
property.
they're actually attached.
They're attached?
They're not completely separate. They do have like an adjacent wall. I think there's a laundry room or no, there's some kind of storage room or something in between those 2 units, the two structures. But
Okay.
they are physically attached. But yeah.
So the second unit in that lot have the lower store and the lower part and the upper part. And the
Yeah,
lower
there's an
part,
upstairs, downstairs. Yeah.
yeah. And the upstairs is a 2 bedroom, 1 bath with a 953 square feet
Correct.
living space. And the downstairs have a 3 bedroom, 1 bath with 1,069 square feet living space.
Correct.
And now you are trying, you leave it at it is, you don't touch that, but you add, so you add a 1 ADU with a 2-story, right? And
Correct.
it's a 600 square feet, 2-story ADU one. So ADU number 1 is a 2-story.
Correct. And what you didn't read out there is the downstairs for ADU one is 20 by 30, 600 square feet, but I put a loft upstairs, like a 200 square foot loft. So that ADU, because it's two-story, has high ceilings, vaulted ceilings. It's kind of, kind of trendy, look pretty cool. And I put a big loft up in there, to make the footprint a little smaller, you just build
Oh,
up and
so it,
see how it fits real nice into the corner of the lot back there.
I see, I see.
Because Sunnyvale also, even though they allow 3 units, they still want a 4 foot setback. So you can take a look at the dash line around those property lines. That's my 4 foot setback all around. So that kind of tells me, my buildable area, designed within that space.
So what you were saying, I'm trying to understand. So ADU one by itself have 2 story and its total living space is 600 square feet.
No, it's 600 plus 200. It's 800.
Uh,
Downstairs is 600. The loft is 200. So the total is 800.
oh, okay, that's ADU one. And then
Yeah.
ADU two is right next to ADU one.
Right. And these are all attached. If you go to the next slide, it might be very clear. I
Uh,
built the 3D graphic of it.
before we go on to say, I just want to make sure. So ADU two also have 2 story
Correct.
and downstairs 800 square feet and upstairs 800 square feet.
Correct. So there's two ADUs there, 800, 800 each, upstairs, downstairs, the exact same size.
Oh, I see. That's why
And
we
they're
have 200,000, 400,
and in this case, Sunnyvale considers, basically go to the next slide. Let me show you. So I actually built 3 ADUs and put them in all one structure, unit ones, two, and three. Sunnyvale actually allows the 3 detached ADUs to be attached to each other.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Sunnyvale allows 3 detached ADUs, the same number of units you have, but they don't have to actually physically be, that they only need to be detached from the main existing triplex. So they allow you to build. This is basically building a whole nother triplex in the back of your existing triplex.
Wow.
And to make this even sweeter, they told me if I don't go 800 square feet, go 799 square feet, They said you can bypass planning and go straight to the building department. So they said, if you want to shave a square foot off, you don't even have to go through the planning department. You just go straight to the building department to help streamline it. So that's a cute little tip.
So this is awesome. So unit number one is the one that have 200 square feet downstairs and 600 square feet upstairs.
No, 6 down, 200 up.
Oh, that the unit number one. I see.
With the
Got it.
loft. So unit number one has vaulted ceilings, high ceilings. It has a loft in the back,
Oh,
So
wow.
600 down, 200 up. It's,
That's really nice.
be a sweet unit. Yeah.
That's really
So I designed this. So this is what, TJ Hawk Design Services can do for you. I can look at your property. I can figure out what the buildable area is, and then we can talk with the city, figure out how to max it out, and then come up with a couple design concepts. The only thing I don't like about Sunnyvale is Sunnyvale maxes out 2 stories at 18 feet. San Jose goes up to 25 feet. So San Jose, you can do a nice pitched roof and even have attic space upstairs. 18 feet basically means you got a flat roof.
You're talking about the ceiling, right?
Yeah, it's a flat roof. I'm talking about the roof. If you look at this triplex here, it's a flat roof. One side of it is flat roof. The other side, I got like a 212 pitch, so it kind of slopes a little bit. There's a little runoff, and inside it looks nice because it's a vaulted ceiling, so it'll have a little shape to it instead of being flat. But anyway, so this is one thing I don't like about Sunnyvale though, is their maximum 2-story is 18 feet. Okay, it's pretty hard to do. It's basically a flat roof.
Yeah.
And
then unit two also have 800 square feet living space and the same at unit three, right?
Correct. Unit three, except if you include the porch. Well, in this case, no. Unit three is exactly the same as unit two, same square footage, but you can also push the porch back into the house to make a little more room, if you will, underneath it for the staircase. But that's a different design concept. So next slide, please.
We can do that. We can do that. We can
Yeah.
put the porch in. Wow.
Yeah, you can push the porch in. You can push it inside the home, but porches are typically considered square footage.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
so you don't want really big porches. I'd rather have a big house than a big porch unless you got the room for it, right? Well, this
But
is
it
tight.
from this drawing, unit three doesn't include the porch, but it still have 800 square feet living space.
Correct. Correct. Now the city might say, that 550 square foot porch is included in the square footage. So what I would do is I would just push the porch inside, push the wall back a little bit, and it'd pretty much be 800 square feet, including the porch.
But I
So they
like
get,
it this way more.
yeah, so they get a porch. And you could put storage underneath it, whatever you want, under the staircase and stuff.
So, and my question again is we can sell all three units here separately.
So yes, that would be really nice. I haven't approached the city of Sunnyvale to see if they've adopted that Assembly Bill 1033 that allows you to sell your ADUs separately. That rule was initially written for single family residences that add ADUs that can sell them separately. This is like building a completely new triplex basically in the back. Now, will the city of Sunnyvale allow them to sell each one of these units separately as a condo? I don't know. I mean, I think, if you could apply for, turning this whole thing into a condominium complex and selling them separately, I guess. But I don't know how open they would be. And this lot isn't, even though it has frontage on both sides, it's not really feasible for an SB9. I was looking at that and I couldn't make it happen. So anyways, go down to the next slide. Let's go to the single family example.
Just before you go, one quick question. So each unit here had two bedroom, two bath, right?
Correct. These are all of them are 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 800 square feet. Unit one has the vaulted ceilings and a loft. Unit two and three are just, cookie cutter copies of each other, upstairs, downstairs, duplex, like style units, and then unit one is attached there. So anyway, so the good news about this is you could take 3 ADUs as long as they're detached from the existing structure. You can bundle it and put them all into the same building, the same structure as a triplex, and this is allowed. So like I said, the win here is you're basically building a completely new separate triplex in the back. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, this is like, what would you say, this is the economics of volume. Instead of building one, just build three. It's a lot cheaper. Once you start the construction, you might as well build them all.
This is really awesome. I
Yeah,
like the idea.
I mean, this is economics of scale.
So
I
it's
mean,
so
it's
before we go on, like if somebody have a single family home and they have a good lot, can they put this three unit in the lot too?
no, no. So let's go on to the next example. So the difference is that example I showed you building the triplex in the back was a multifamily. So
Mhm.
this is an example of a single family home. Okay, you got a corner lot. There's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house with a 2 car garage. Okay, ranch style home, very typical, very common. Okay, there's a million of these in San Jose, right? Maybe not corner lots, maybe a couple 100,000 corner lots that look like this, but you have frontage on both sides. Okay, which is pretty cool. You know, so you take a look at this and you look for opportunities. Well, obviously the first opportunity you want to look for is an SB9 to see if there's an easy way to subdivide this into a 50-50 split. And you can see looking at this lot, there's not. So it's unfortunate because it has frontage on both sides, okay, which is great, but you really can't do anything that looks like a 50-50 lot split, so you can, divide and conquer, and build a duplex on both. So let's look at other opportunities, okay? Yeah, yes, there's a pretty big backyard there, maybe we could build an ADU back there. It's got a 2 car garage, that could be converted into a junior ADU if you're going to share housing, or a completely separate standalone conversion ADU. It does have a porch, in the back there. Maybe you could do something with that. And because it has frontage on both sides, easily you could put in a second driveway. So next slide. So let's say we're going to focus on the garage. Okay. Voila. I take that 2 car garage and I turn it into a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Okay. 450 square feet, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Let's run the numbers. You're going to get, for a 2 bedroom, you're going to get 2,000 a month or 24,000 a year. Because this is already an existing structure, your material cost is going to be much lower than the other example, less than half, because you don't have to do the foundation, you don't have to do the framing, the infrastructure is there, the electrical, the gas, the the hot and cold water. It's all there, right? So material cost is only $30 a square foot, right? So I'm saying if you're going to convert your garage, you're probably only going to spend about 15,000 on material if it's already existing. And then labor should go much faster, okay? You don't need all the trades involved, you know. You could probably do this with a couple guys in a couple months or whatever. But labor, let's say, is $100 a square foot. Okay, so that's 45,000. You got your plans, permits, 10. So your total garage conversion here is probably going to cost you about $70,000, right? And you're making like 25,000 a year on it. So, you know, your break even return on investment it is in 3 years. You're going to get your money back, all that money back you put into doing that garage conversion.
In this case, you didn't build a bathroom, you just built two rooms, right?
No, there's 2 bedrooms, there's a kitchen and a bathroom. I mean, look at the
Oh,
floor
you have
plan.
everything, the whole thing.
Yeah, look at the floor plan there. It's a complete standalone independent unit with, you know, exterior private entries, no entry into the house. It has its own bathroom, it has its own kitchen, 2 bedrooms. Now it could be, you know, 1 bedroom and one big living room, or, you know, however you want to do it. But I think bedrooms are probably more valuable.
Can I go back to the previous picture to look at
Yeah,
the garage? Okay.
yeah.
So all the garage right next to the driveway, that's where you build the two the unit with the bathroom, kitchen, and the two room.
Yeah, and you inside the garage is already the furnace, the hot water heater, the washer and dryer. So all the utilities there are in the west wall. Water, gas, plumbing, drainage, it's all in the west wall. So if you take a look at the next slide, you know, I basically just do the most simple design and put, you know, all the plumbing in the west wall. That's why, you know, the bathroom and the kitchen sink are all on that bottom wall. That's the west wall. And that's where the existing furnace and water heater and washer and dryer are. So all your utilities are there, easy to stub out. You're not cutting through your garage slab. You know, it's very simple, very easy. This would be a sweet little project.
And this one is the conversion ADU, and it is supposed to be separate ADU, and you can sell it separately.
Yes, you could. You could. If this is a conversion ADU and it's separate and it's 450 square feet, you could sell this separately as a condo. But because it's less than the 500, you could also turn this into just a junior ADU and say, well, you know, I'm going to keep the door open to the house and they're going to use the kitchen, and maybe I'm going to squeeze 3 bedrooms in here or something and let them use the kitchen and the bathroom in that main house. You know, maybe that would be a junior ADU. It's less than 500, but you're sharing the rest of the house. So,
Wow.
yep, kind of understand the difference there now, MC?
Yeah, yeah, very awesome. I mean, if somebody want to have a passive income, right, for a long time, uh, I think it's really awesome to create an ADU similar to this. We don't need a big lot, you just need to convert your garage into a two bedroom conversion ADU, and we can create $2,000 per month income. I think even more than 2,000.
Yeah.
But maybe you can rent it more than 2,000.
Well, I mean, those are just my estimates, just to kind of give you a feel for it. The bottom line is your break even point is about 3 years. So all the money you put into it, you're going to get back in 3 years. Not to mention, you just, you know, increased your livable space, 450 square feet in the Bay Area. You know, it's all, you know, it's $1,000 a square foot. So
Yeah,
potentially this might be worth a $500,000. Okay.
yeah, and I think the cost here is so minimal to when you create something like this.
Right.
Imagine if you buy a townhouse in San Jose for like 700,000, and you might be able to rent it for a two bedroom, one bathroom condo townhouse in San Jose, 600, 700,000, and you might be able to rent it for like 2,500 or
Right.
3,000 max,
Right.
maybe less than 3,000 for sure.
Right.
You have to put in like almost 600 or 700,000. This one only 70,000, so 10
Right.
times less. Oh, this is
Right.
amazing. This is
Right. So what my point is, you know, look for those opportunities, you know, and you can go back to the other slide, you know, go back one. Yeah. Look for those. No, you went too far. Look for those opportunities. Look where you can convert existing space, whether it's a garage, a porch, an attic, a master suite upstairs, a basement, whatever. Take a look at what you can do with your existing footprint, because that is by far the cheapest way to get the bang for your buck. Every dollar you put in, you're going to get $2 back. And, your break even point is going to be like probably 3 years. You're going to get your money back, as far as just cash income goes, within 3 years. It's a great investment. When you build a completely brand new structure in the back, it's probably more like 10-year break even point. So, if you can convert existing space, by far, that is the quickest and cheapest, approach to getting an ADU, a conversion ADU on your property. And like you said, potentially converting it to a condo and selling it. Okay.
Because what I understand, TJ, when we have a separate ADU, it costs a lot more, right? When you build a separate ADU, a detached ADU, it costs a lot more than this, right?
Yes. New construction costs are ridiculous in the Bay Area. $300, $400, $500, $600 a square foot. That's because homes sell for twice that amount. $800, $900,000 a square foot. So the contractors, they know, that you're gonna get your money back, when you sell the property. It costs a fortune to build it. New construction is expensive. So I would first look at these opportunities within your existing footprint. What can you do, within your existing footprint to keep your costs down, okay, but get yourself up and running with a quick rental unit. And remember, I said, let's go to the next couple of slides now. So we're done talking about the garage.
Before we go, I want you to give me your phone number just in case somebody wants to contact you.
Yeah. So all you're seeing here, all these examples are examples that I have actually done and been intimately involved in, and I know these projects very well. This is something that TJ Hawk Design Services offers as a no-cost feasibility study. So if you want to reach out to me, I'm more than happy to gen something up like this. I can craft this in about a week's worth of time and work with the city and tell you, where those little gold nuggets are, where is the best bang for your buck? Where should you be putting your money into developing your property to get you the fastest, quickest return? Okay. So yes.
Your phone number, please.
Yeah, I'll get off my soapbox now. It's TJ
Yeah.
408 214 1494.
214-1494.
Correct.
That's a lot of four.
Yep. Easy to remember. 408-214-1494.
That's awesome.
So let's hurry up and finish this off here. We're almost done. I wanted to talk about, so not only do you have an opportunity here with the garage and that 2-bedroom, go back one, but if you take a look at that backyard and the fact that you do have frontage on both sides, there's a great opportunity, to put an ADU in the back with a separate driveway and a completely private separate entrance and separate parking and everything. Okay. So I did two scenarios here on an attached ADU. Okay. One, what the city guidelines are versus the state guidelines. Okay. The city allows up to 1,000 square foot ADU, and they also allow 0 lot lines. So if you take a look at the design proposed ADU on the left side, that's San Jose guidelines. That's 1,000 square foot ADU. You can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in there. Okay. And because it's a 0 lot line, you can pretty much build right up to your neighbor's backyard, fence line. But it's not practical because you need to get around it and put siding and all that stuff in, and work it, stucco, paint, whatever you got to do on the side of the house. So you really don't want to be pushed right up against your neighbor's fence. It, makes construction. And you can see that the 12.5 foot, baseline setback just kind of clips the corner of the San Jose ADU, 1,000 square feet. So 1,000 square feet actually looks a little oversized for this lot. So then if you look on the right side and you take a look at California guidelines, the state guidelines are a maximum of 800 square feet with a 4-foot setback. So you can see if you follow the California guidelines now, 800 square feet, you can get yourself a nice two-bedroom, 2-bath in there. Okay, you can meet all the 4-foot setbacks, and you're not in the baseline setback off of the street now. You meet the 12 and a half. You could put a driveway in there. So once again, on this property here, it would be very easy to go ahead and do that garage conversion. And then when time and money permits, you could go ahead and build that 800 square foot attached ADU in the back. And now essentially you're going to have 3 units here. The main home, it was untouched. It's still a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,300 square feet, plus a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in the garage conversion for 450 square feet, plus an 800 square feet ADU in the back. Okay, this is what you want to do if you're an investor, and especially if you're a motivated do-it-yourselfer. You want to start looking at home improvement projects like this, and this is where you'll really get the return on your investment. Best value, bang for the buck, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so yes, I'm available to help on these studies and these feasibility studies and look at different concepts. And I think MC already had me throw my phone number out there if anybody's
I
interested.
did put the phone number out.
Yeah,
I think we can. Do you think it's good to stop here? We can continue next week.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's good to stop here. I
Yeah,
think
next week we're going to talk about climbing the housing ladder, just like climbing the corporate ladder. Okay, there's also a housing ladder. Okay, and we're going to show you a tried and true technique and strategy to work your way from ground zero all the way up to your dream home.
that's awesome.
Okay.
Today you give so much awesome information, DJ. I think if somebody looking to increase their monthly income with the minimal investing in real estate, I think you've been giving so many solutions today. That's amazing. And I hope that anyone who listens to Chase today, you really benefit from it, and you make a lot more money than you could imagine. And thank you so much for listening to Voice of Pacificwide. And if you have any question, you can always contact TJ directly. He give you free consultation, and his phone number is on the caption section. You can always go there, or you can, if you have question, you can text in the message area, on the text area where you can ask any question, or you can call him directly, no problem. And if you think this video is so awesome, so helpful with his with TJ's knowledge and experience, you want to share with your friends and family, you're welcome to share this video, right, DJ?
Right. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Certainly, this is public domain. It's public information. It's most of this available on the internet, except my project-specific examples, which I have quite a portfolio of. I had a lot of experience. I've looked at a lot of these projects. So yes, we're here to help. We're open for business. And if there's any questions, as MC said, please reach out to us. And we'll be back next week to talk about climbing the housing ladder.
Actually, I want you to read your phone number one more time, even though we have it on the caption, but I want you to read it out.
Sure. 408-214-1494. Again, that's TJ 408-214-1494. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, TJ. Thank you.
Thank you, MC.
So everybody, next week DJ gonna show you something more amazing. It's how to write the real estate ladder, or what did you say?
It's called the housing ladder, how to go from
Housing
the
ladder.
bottom to the top. We'll get you there. We'll show you a path, the roadmap to get you there.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much, TJ.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody for watching. And again, if you have any question, you can always contact TJ directly for advice, a free consultation. He can come to your house and take a look and give you some advice.
Yeah.
Right, TJ?
Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, TJ.